Okay, you can see we look a lot more clean and organized. Marie Kondo would be happy, right? Everything belongs in this little folder. There's not too much in the source folder, and our app TSX file is really clean, which is what we like. And we can have the individual completed pages in the pages folder, individual components in the components folder. We can add things like styles. We can add styles directory for different styles. We can add, we'll do it in a little bit, we'll add an API directory to put API calls in, and we can just keep things a little more organized that way. All right, well, let's give each user, give the user the ability to donate. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my components. I'm going to pull up our project list where we're printing out the project cards, and I'm just going to add on to the card after we print out the functionality status and we finish our list. Before we close that div, I'm going to add a button here, and the class name I'll give it is a button. And we'll just say there donate. All right, so we save that, and I'll go back to my running page. I don't have one yet. We are running. Let me click on this. Did I stop the server? What's going on? What happened? I've got an error somewhere. It must be in what I just did. That's the only thing that changed. Where'd it go? Button, class name button, closing button. Wow, this doesn't bode well if I have an error this early on. Oh, it's because we moved the types. Oh, because now what's happened, this is actually a great error to get. Because what's happened is I've now nested project list inside the components folder. But to get back up to the source folder, it's not just one dot, I need 2 dots to get back up. So I go up, and then down to types, and then find the project TS that's sitting in there. So I'm glad we got that error, actually. Thanks, React. All right, so I'll save that. Let's try the running window again. See if it'll pop up with some data this time. I never trust that I actually save. Control KS on Windows. We've updated. Oh, I didn't save the app TSX. Okay, let's try that. Okay, now we have our page. That save all will get you every time. Want to make sure we're saving. So we've got a button here. It doesn't look like much of a button. And so you can go and like specify a specific color, or we can just use some of the built-in colors. I know green is button success, so let's use that. So I'll just add in here BTN success. Save that. Back to our website. Is my save not working? Control S. Do something. It's not updating there. Control KS. All right. This is new. File, save. Did I do something wrong? Button success. We're off to a dandy start here, by the way. I'm going to stop my server from running here. Something's fishy. And now we get a green button. Interesting. Oh, I probably should have refreshed. I didn't try that. Anyway, we get this green button here. Now these changes should go in, but if there's something funny happening, it's never a bad idea to just close out and restart if you think everything's looking right. So now we have this donate button that is going to be added to each project. What is that going to do? Where is that going to take us? And so let's make a component that will, or actually a page that will handle taking these donations. And then we'll make components as needed with that page. So I'm going to come into my pages folder, right click, add a new file, and I'll create one called the donate page.tsx. All right, so in here we're going to say function donate page, opening closing parenthesis, and then we'll in the end we'll export default donate page, and then we'll have in here a return statement. So we just build the basic structure for for this donate page. And as part of the donate page, I think I'll still have my welcome in there. So as I think about what I want to put in here, I'll add a React fragment. And then I still want to have that welcome band to keep the consistency of the website. So I'll say welcome band here. It does the import for me. We'll add that in. And then I'm going to have a header that will maybe say donate. And then in there, maybe I'll just have a little div that will put an input box, and the type is going to be a number. We want the user entering in a number. And for just to have something in the box, I could say placeholder equals enter donation amount. All right, we can add that in there, and then I want to have a button after that that says add to cart. Save that. All right, so we've got that in place, and I click on the button, nothing happens. And I try to say, well, and obviously that's because as I look at, we don't have anything hooked up. The button doesn't, we click on the button, it doesn't say go anywhere. So that's that problem. But if I was to say, let's go to the donate page, it doesn't take me there. How do I get to that page? How do I make that work? And the answer is that this goes back to this idea of a single page application. We aren't changing pages. In everything we do in React, we're going to stay on the same page. And what we do is we shift the content that appears on the page. That's what a single page application is. We never leave index.html. We're always on index.html, and we just swap the content. You think about this idea of the DOM, the actual DOM, the rendered HTML code, versus this virtual DOM that's saying, well, here's what we need to change. When we click on a new page in an SPA, in a single page application, we don't go to a new page, we change the DOM. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. And so we're going to learn about navigation, but we're going to do that beginning in the next video. Spencer, out.